theory, everything's all set. All right, so what we're going to do this morning is we're going to just do mostly breathing, and then go over how to do the standing meditation. We do that every time, but we tend to go very fast. Hold on, I have to talk to my able assistant. Did you find my knapsack?
No.
No, okay, all right. Oh, we're going to have music, but I can't find my tablet because one of the things I wanted to do while we were meditating was to have some music while we did it. So we're going to meditate for a little longer at the end. The whole thing only goes for 30 minutes, but we have to do our stretches. We'll go over abdominal breathing and a couple different ways to breathe, and then we'll probably meditate like maybe 10 minutes. Okay, so as usual, we want to separate our practice. So we're going to do, you're going to reach up. This is called pulling down the heavens. You reach up, look to the right. We'll go into a little more detail. Your fingers, your middle fingers, like reaching toward the heaven. And then as your hands come together, as you breathe out, you slightly look to the left. So you look to the right. I'll try to mirror you. So look to the right. And then as you breathe out, you come down. Also, when you come up, you can go slightly up on your toes, just very slightly. And then as you breathe out, you can go down and bend your knees slightly. So we're going to breathe in, reaching with that middle finger, coming up, you look up slightly, breathe out, you come down, settle in the center. So you're kind of gathering energy. And then as you breathe out, you drop down and you try to center yourself. That's why you're lowering your center of gravity. We want as we get older, our center of gravity tends to go up above our navel, and so we're a little bit unstable. We want to lower, we're going to use our practice to lower our center of gravity. Breathe out. We're going to do one more time. So we're going to breathe in and then breathe out. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to just warm up a little bit before we start just going through the breathing. So we do that by doing shake the 9 gates. So start, your hands are really loose. What we're trying to do is one of my teachers always says, death begins in the big toe. What he means by that is, as we get older, energy recedes from our extremities. That's why you see, so that you lose energy from the parts of your body that are furthest away. So we're trying to get energy to go out from our center to our extremities, right? So now, once you do that, now we're going to start bouncing a little bit. Lift your heels off the ground. Now your hands are bouncing because your body is bouncing. Right? This is called opening the 9 gates, because what you're trying to do is break up adhesion in your body. Lift up your shoulders. Lift your rib cage a little bit off your organs, and then drop down. As you drop down, the 9 gates are a gate is one of your joints, so that's your hip, knee, and ankle, shoulder, elbow, and wrist, and upper, lower, and middle spine. So those are your 9 major gates. So we're just going. Want the skin to move over your muscles to move over your bones. You want your little shock going through your internal organs. They tend to stick together when you've been sitting around too much. Just be really loose. All right. And then once you get going, you throw your fingers out. Okay. So the next one we're going to do, these are our 3 warm-up. You can do these anytime during the day. You go back and forth. You're looking over your shoulder. Your chin's following your shoulder. And you're trying to look as far behind you as you can. So and then your hands are loose, and then as you go back and forth, they hit against your ribs. That also sends a little shock wave through your body, wakes up stimulates your internal organs. And then if you can, as you turn, if you can, you pick a spot behind you, but if you don't have the flexibility, you pick a spot on each side. And then now we're going to engage our eyes. So strengthen the nerves in our eyes. So look at the spot, look at the spot. Times. Okay, and then now what we're trying to do is wake up our spine, plus we're massaging our internal organs. So what you're going to do is you're going to reach for the wall, reach for the ceiling, and then you reach for the other wall. When you do this, you keep your, it's like you're up against the wall, so you're not twisting your body because we're trying to curve our spine, open up the vertebrae in our spine. Reach up, reach, reach, reach. Reach up, reach, one more each side, reach, and one more, reach. Okay, so we're going to take our fingers, push our fingers together, we're going to bring them in, and we're going to push them down. Okay, so just do that. This is just a part of the warm-up. Down, push down. Now you're going to come up, level of your throat, push, breathe in, breathe out. We're just trying to warm up our forearms, stretch, work the muscles and stretch the tendons. Okay, so now we're actually going to do the movement. This is from the 8 brocades. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your hands up. If you can, you go straight up. Otherwise, if you have any shoulder problems, just go as high as is comfortable for you. But anyway, what we're going to do is going to breathe in, go up on your toes, and then as you breathe out, you lean to the side. Once again, we're keeping our shoulders against the wall because we're actually working our spine. You go in and breathe out. Now we're going to lean to the other side. Breathe in, go up, and now as you breathe out, you come down and you look over your shoulder. And breathe in. I'm trying to go back so I stay on the camera. Breathe in, breathe out. The Chinese call this two hands press the heavens. So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Look over your shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. Look over your shoulder. Do one more set. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. To the side, shoulders against the wall. Breathe in, breathe out, turn, look over your shoulder. And then breathe in, breathe out. Okay, we can do one more just to stretch our backs. This one's a little bit more complicated, so I'll just go through one. So what you're going to do is you're going to reach up. This is called gathering the sun. You look up. You don't arch. You try to turn your thorax, but you try to keep your lower back straight. You don't want to hurt your lower back. So breathing in, you look up, turn your heart toward the sun, gather energy. Now, as you pull your hands in, you scrub your ribs. There's meridian points there, so you're kind of waking up your nervous system. Your hands come to your kidneys, and then you bend over. You look forward because by looking forward, you keep your back slightly arched, and that should engage your hamstrings, which are usually too tight on people. Then you breathe out. As you breathe out, you drop your head, and your hands run down the back of your legs. And now this is called pressing the earth. So we're just hanging there right now, loose. So we're going to breathe in. And then when you breathe out, whenever you breathe out, you don't want to like come straight up, you'll hurt your back. What you want to do is you want to bend your knees, and then you kind of unroll your spine one vertebrae at a time. And then when you get to the top, you pull your shoulders back and relax. And we're back to where we started. So we'll do a 3-breath one. You can do it in 2 breaths, but we'll do 3. So you're going to breathe in, gathering the sun. Hands come together. As you breathe out, scrub your ribs and your hands go to your kidneys. Then breathe in. Look forward. You're looking like 10 feet in front of you. According to my teacher, you're supposed to be actually looking at the ceiling, but we don't all have that flexibility. As you breathe out, you drop your head. Your hands come down. Now we're just hanging loose. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Bend your knees. Your hands come up. So let's gather the sun and press the earth. Here we go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe out. Okay, breathe in. Gather the sun. Breathe out. Scrub your ribs. Support your kidneys. Breathe in. Bend. Look forward. Keep your legs straight. Your head's forward. Breathe out. Drop your head. Hands go down. There's meridians on the back of your leg that you're scrubbing. Now we're hanging down. Breathe in. Now breathe out. Bend your knees. Your hands scrub the meridians on the inside of your leg as you come up. We'll do 2 more of those. Breathe in. Breathe out. Scrub the kidneys. Breathe in. Look up. Breathe out. Drop your head. Breathe in. Press the earth. Breathe out. Bend your knees. Unfold your spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Scrub your ribs. Breathe in. Look forward. Breathe out. Drop your head. Breathe in. Breathe out. When you come up, you want to engage your core to kind of compress, squeeze your internal organs, build it up. We're going to do 2 more, but we're just going to do 2 breath ones. You can see how this can build up. So you're going to breathe in. Continue to breathe in as you come. Support your kidneys and look forward. So that's all breathing in. Breathe out. Drop your head. Hands go down the back of your legs. Breathe in. This part's the same. Loosely hang while you breathe in, and then you breathe out. And then come back up. 1 more of those. So breathe in. Breathe in, scrubbing, supporting, breathe forwards. That's all. The in breath. Breathe out. Hands go down the back of your legs. Breathe in. And breathe out. Come up. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to go through just abdominal breathing, and then we're going to go through just what you do while you do standing meditation. Okay, so for the abdominal breathing, what happens is, they say, is if you watch a child, put a baby on the table, you see their stomach gently goes up, their abdomen gently goes up and down, but as you get older, you tend to breathe with your top of your lungs. You want to breathe with the lower part of your lungs. Your lungs are kind of tear-shaped, so you want to expand that. That brings more oxygen in, and also it's found that it's very soothing. If you breathe slowly, you're breathing just like your emotions are shown by your breathing. Like if you're scared, or if you're happy or feeling good, you say, ah. So the opposite works too, which is your breathing can control your emotions. So you want to learn as well as just oxygenating your body, just so. So basically, you should do abdominal breathing all the time. So we'll just start here. You can put your thumbs on your navel and then your hands a little bit lower. So what you're going to do is you give a little bit more emphasis. You should gently be doing abdominal breathing all the time, but when you practice, you put a little bit more mind into it. So when you breathe in, like your abdomen relaxes and goes out, your chest shouldn't really at this time be moving. So you're breathing in, and then when you breathe out, you pull in your abdomen. Okay, so you breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so now that's kind of like how you would normally do it if hopefully you get it so you do abdominal breathing all the time. But when we practice, what happens is you breathe in, that's kind of the thing, you relax your abdomen. When you breathe out, you want to pull in your navel, like you're trying to touch your navel to your backbone. So I'm going to breathe more loudly. You shouldn't actually hear it when you're breathing. So you breathe in and breathe out, and you're pulling your navel in. You're trying to engage your core. So breathe in, breathe out. Now pull your navel in, breathe in, breathe out. Pull that navel in, breathe in, breathe out. All right, so now the other part is you want it even more intense than that. What happens when you breathe out, you want to engage like your lower body. You want to be squeezing your organs like you're trying to, when you're expelling something, right? You're trying to squeeze, so you squeeze in any energy you gain, you want to compact into your internal organs. It also strengthens your core. So you breathe in, and you want to use your glutes, and you want to pull up your rectum. They call this pulling up the Hoyan. The Hoyan's a spot between your genitals and your rectum. So there's pulling up the Hoyan. So it's like, so you want to breathe in. That's kind of the same. When you breathe out, now you squeeze your lower body and pull in your navel. So it's much more intense. So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. They call this the brass basin. That's where you're trying to build up energy. That's your life force, your physical life force is down in this part of your body. So you breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. So you squeeze, pull in your navel, squeeze with your lower body. Your glutes should be engaged. Like I said, you're squeezing everything in. Okay, so normally, unfortunately, I couldn't, like I said, technical difficulties today. I couldn't find my tablet. I was going to have music. So what you can do is you can have it. So when you start, you try to have your inhale and exhale be about the same when you're practicing. So we'll just do a 4 count. We'll just do 3 breaths that are 4 counts. So breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then breathe out. 1, 2, pull your navel, 3, 4, breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so so that's your standard abdominal breathing. Now, you can do some other things. What you can do is you can stand and have your feet about a little bit more than shoulder width apart, and your hands can come up covering your heart. So what you want to do is you can calm yourself down if you're having a problem. What you do is you breathe in for a certain amount of time, and then you breathe out for twice as long, and that kind of, you know, tells the vagus nerve that you want to calm down. And so what we'll do is we'll breathe in for 4, but then we'll breathe out for 8. And so you have to learn to control your breath, and this should calm you down a little bit. So we're going to breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. We should have it. Then breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so here we go. So breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Breathe out really slowly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So what you want to do is you want to use your breath to help you control your emotions. We're going to do just one more, which is another one, which is a kind of just relaxation meditation. This one, actually, you have your feet a little bit further apart, because one of the things we want to do in our practice, which we do with the other movements, is you want to raise and lower your hips and your knees. So your feet, if they can, you have them pointing forward. If they can't, you have them, if you don't have the flexibility, you can have them pointed out. The main thing you want to do is when you bend your knees, you want your toes to go in the direction, your knees to go in the direction of your toes. Otherwise, if they don't, like if you try to push your knees forward while your feet are pointing out, then it's going to torque your knees. So this is really careful. So when you go up and down, the reason you want to go up and down is that engages the large muscles in your legs, which strengthen our legs, makes us more stable, helps us like go up and down stairs and just walking, but also your lymphatic systems are passive. So what you want to do is as you go up and down your lymphatic system, it'll push the fluid, which has gathered a lot of toxins and things from your lower body, back up into your main part of your body, and then it'll circulate through to your lungs, and those toxins will be expelled. All right, so you want to strengthen the lower of your body. So what we're going to do with this is, as you breathe in, you're going to come up, and then as you breathe out, you sink down. This is the same thing. So we're raising, we're raising and lowering the hips. So all our movements and all the other movements that we get in, you generally want to raise and lower your hips. What a lot of people do is they cheat. They think, go down, and they'll go. And so they'll look like they're going down because you'll see their head getting lower and lower, but see, this is your hips are doing nothing. And this is the important part of this, is that even if you can only do it a little bit, you're engaging, like I said, this is turning your lower body into a pump to clear away the lymphatics fluid. So what we can do here is you can reach down, you breathe in with your abdominal breathing, you come up, and then to your level of your heart, and then as you breathe out, you sink back down, you push off and you scoop, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Remember, as you breathe out, you're doing your abdominal breathing, so you're pulling in your navel and squeezing your lower internal organs, compacting everything in. Breathe in, strengthening your internal organs. These movements, they don't give you big biceps, but they give you like a healthy liver and stomach, and your just digestion and elimination and breathing is what they're meant to improve, which is, it means the quality of your life goes up. So you're going to breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so far we're only like doing the physical. These are actually, in all these things, you're supposed to be visualizing things. So what this can be used for is you reach down, you gather energy, positive energy from the earth, pull it to your heart. And then what you do is you breathe out, you take any stale chi and energy, negativity from your body, and throw it out. So breathe in, breathe out. So in comes the positive, breathe out. In, in, breathe out. Go back. When you're done practicing, usually pull down the heavens, so you take all that energy that you got and you push it down. You want to push it down and squeeze it, like compress it into your internal organs. Okay, so that's just the breathing. Normally, you watch this, and then what happens is when you do all the rest of the movements, you do abdominal breathing. So I usually just say you're doing abdominal breathing, but I don't explain it, but you're supposed to be doing this. So the other thing I wanted to go over was using your abdominal breathing in your meditation. We do Taoist meditation, which is a standing meditation. It's kind of, I actually think it's like the easiest meditation, because the hardest meditation is actually sitting meditation, because you're used to standing, walking around. All of a sudden, you have to sit, on the floor. If you go all the way, you're sitting on a mat, and then you're not supposed to move your lower body for an hour, which takes a lot of discipline. So this is easy. You can work up your focus, and so meditation. So what you do is we're gonna do, we do different seasons. I'm actually going to do the spring season because that's the easiest kind of to understand, which is you're a tree, so you're going to be like your hand position is like this, but for all of them, the rest of your body is the same. So what you want to do is you want to have your feet about shoulder width apart, your knees are relaxed, your toes are pointing forward. What you're doing is you want to have good contact with the earth. So you're like grabbing the floor or the earth with your big toes, with your toes, big toe in particular, and then your weight is on your heels. Okay, and what so that means your feet are slightly arched. So you want to have good contact with the earth. Your knees are relaxed, and we're going to go up your body. So you want to be standing straight, but you don't want your rear end sticking out. So what you do is you roll your pelvis in just very slightly, so your lower back is straight. So pull up your shoulders and drop them back so they're relaxed, but your chest is open. You want to lower your chin very slightly. It's not dropped down. It's just about straight, but at the same time, you want to be like you're pushing your head up. So now there's this like pulling on each side. So your head's being pulled up, your chin's straight, your shoulders are back, your back is rounded. This is why if you just watch someone doing this, you think, oh, they're not doing anything, but actually there's a lot of details if you're doing everything right. Okay, so pulling your shoulders back. You want to put like eggs in you've got an egg in each armpit, so your hands are out. You don't want what you're trying to do is you're trying to open up your body, so you don't want all your joints closed. So they have to be, so your joints are, it's opened up, so meridian, your energy can flow through. Okay, so And what we're going to do is, in this case, this is a wood stance. It's like you're a tree, and then wind's blowing against your branches. So there's like slight isometric pressure pushing forward, and you feel some there, but at the same time, your kidneys are like pushing against the wall. So there's different pressure going forward and back, and also up and down as you pulling your spine up, your head up. Okay, so now we're just going to do a few, a few breaths. We're going to do our abdominal breathing, which we just did. So you breathe in, relax, and then you breathe out, pull in. So now you're engaging your glutes, you're pulling up your Hoyan, squeezing, compressing your internal organs, and you relax, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more, so breathe in. Breathe out. All right, but there's more. You think you're doing meditation yet, but we still have to do, now we'll start adding some of the details. So in most meditations, what you do is when you breathe in, you put your tongue to the top of your mouth, just behind your teeth, as you breathe in, and then as you breathe out, you drop your tongue. We'll just do two more of those. Breathe in, tongue up. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. So that does several things. So one thing is you want to bring moisture to your mouth. So if you raise and lower your tongue, you think your mouth thinks you're eating, so that brings some saliva there. You want to keep the top of your head, your lower upper body moist. Okay, the other thing is there's energy paths that go through your body. As you breathe in, that connects the energy lines from your back to your front, and then as you breathe out, you drop it down, and the energy that you've gathered washes down the front of your body. So when you do meditation, you want to do visualization too. So you breathe in, now you visualize energy coming up from your Hoyan, up your back, over the top of your head to your tongue, and then as you breathe out, you drop your tongue, and that energy washes down the front of your body to your Hoyan, to your pelvis. So breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Energy up to your back, flowing up your spine, over the top of your head to your tongue. Breathe out. Your tongue drops down. Washes down the front of your body. One more of those. Breathe in. Breathe out. That circuit going, for you that are interested in meridians, there's major, they're called vessels, they're bigger than meridians, that go around the front and back of your body. And that's called the microcosmic circuit, when you visualize energy moving through them over the top of your head to your tongue, and then breathe out. But in any case, even you want to use, when you're doing all our movements, you want to engage your mind. We're trying to actually sharpen our minds, so we don't want to strengthen our minds as well as our bodies while we're doing these things. Okay, so there's only a few more things we have time for. So the other thing is, what you want to do is you want to tell your brain and your body you're having fun. So whenever you do meditation, you should pull the corners. You have a little Buddha smile. If your face is smiling, your brain thinks that you're enjoying yourself. So it actually releases endorphins into your brain. So you want to have a slight Buddha smile the whole time you're doing it. Pull the edges of your mouth back toward your ears. Breathe out. It should be a Buddha smile, not a Joker grimace. Breathe in. Visualization. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Energy comes from your pelvis up your back, your tongue. Breathe out. Drop your tongue down. That energy goes from your body. We'll just do 3 more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Drop your tongue. Don't forget to squeeze your in, pull up your in while you're breathing out, pulling your navel all the way in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Drop your tongue. Pull up your in, squeeze. The energy will run down the front of your body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, so we're gonna, the only thing I wanted to say is if it's hard for you to hold up your hand, like if you wanted to meditate for half an hour, another stance is you just have the earth stance is you just have your hands going down. Your middle finger is like a wire. Earth is stable, so you're trying to make like a triangle, so you're very, very stable and connected to the earth. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put our feet together, and we're going to pull down the heavens. Breathe in, breathe out. Of course, you're abdominal breathing while you're doing this. Breathe in, breathe out, and breathe in, breathe out. So